Dr. Doom, get out of here! Because taking your place as our official mascot for this video goes to none other than Freddy Krueger. Yeah, fits with the month. That is, unless he goes on a killing spree or something, which wouldn't be good. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PSVita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions on this topic down in the comments section. Since we are now knee-deep into the month of October, the scariest month of the year, here are some games that aren't really that scary and don't really fit with this. I gotta plan my themes better in the future. Well, anyway, Freddy Krueger and all of the hacks and homebrew news for PS Vita that have nothing at all to do with him. First up, some news that has gotten me all hot and bothered again. You guys probably don't need to hear my problems, but those of you who are fans of the old PlayStation Mobile features, which was a service offered by Sony back in, I believe, 2011 and was discontinued some years after that, has finally been cracked, meaning that we'll be able to revive many of those old PlayStation Mobile games to play once again on our Vita. And I know this is something that a lot of people have been wanting. You could technically sort of do it in the past, but now it'll be more organic. I'm not a tech head, that's the best way I can describe it. So here's what the article had to say. PlayStation Mobile encryption has been cracked after 9 years. Developer Kurome-san has released a PSSSE Decrypt, a tool that lets you decrypt PlayStation Suite, aka PlayStation Mobile games, 9 years after the service first appeared on the PlayStation Vita. What is PlayStation Mobile? PlayStation Mobile was a software suite and SDK used to create games and apps for the PlayStation Vita/PlayStation TV, as well as for some Android phones and tablets. It launched in 2011, the service was shut down in 2015 due to lack of popularity, and we all know how fast Sony loves to get rid of that stuff, but approximately 700 games were created for the service during its lifespan. This release means it will be possible to decrypt some of these old mobile games to possibly run them on emulators. And while that's all well and good, the biggest question we have to ask ourselves at this point is, how does Freddy Krueger feel about this? Well, to be quite honest, he probably would just destroy the mobile phone service, so he probably doesn't like it very much. But we do. So I figured I better cover this game at least as a second feature of this video before the spooky mood completely dissipates, which I think it already has, but many of you will be happy to know that VitaDev at VitaDev 2 is working on a new spooky survival horror project gameplay. At least that's the way they word it on their Twitter. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and assume that that's probably not gonna be its official name. And from what we can see here, yeah, we're gonna be getting another first-person haunted house simulator FPS game, maybe, from what this looks like. Is it just me, or does it seem like a lot of devs are working on these types of games for the Vita? And I, for one, couldn't be more happy. So yeah, the game doesn't really have a name at this point, but it's something that they're working on, and hopefully we'll see more in the future. A pants-wetting good time, that's what we're all looking for. Oh, and I think it goes without saying that Freddy Krueger really likes this one. Hey, that game looked pretty spooky, so this video isn't a total lie with its theme. Not totally, anyway. So, the news thus far not exciting enough for you? Well, how does a Nintendo DS emulator sound to you? That you can play, of course, on your Vita. Oh, and get this, they actually call this NooDS, or as I like to pronounce it as, NooDS. Yeah, my mind just went completely there. Yes, that long-awaited moment has come, kinda, sorta. You see, while you can technically download this at the moment, it doesn't exactly run at, optimal speed, I guess you could say. The frame rate is very slow. It's still definitely a work in progress, but we are getting ever so close to being able to play Nintendo DS games on our Vita. And I thought because of the whole dual screen thing that it wasn't really going to be feasible, but hey, these homebrew developers prove that with a little bit of love, anything is possible. That means soon I'll be able to play Sprung on my Vita. I'll just see myself out at this moment. Even Freddy Krueger is disappointed in me for saying that. So y'all remember when I had said that Final Fantasy V was going to be making its way onto the PS Vita hopefully very soon because it was teased on Twitter? Well, it didn't seem like it took too much time after that for it to be a reality. Also, cars honking in the background because they know I'm filming. But anyway, yes, Final Fantasy V is now a reality on the Vita, and it's based off of, as you guessed, the mobile port. Now that I think about it, we already have, what, 3 Final Fantasy games available for the Vita via mobile ports? That being Final Fantasy III, Final Fantasy IV, and now Final Fantasy V. That's a lot of Final Fantasy goodness in such a short amount of time because it's only been like the past months that these have been released. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other plans the devs have up their sleeves, but in the meantime, I'll be enjoying these games on the go. Now, if you were to ask me what was the biggest news that has happened as of recent, well, I would have to give that crown to the following news here. Streets of Rage Remake is now officially on the Vita, or would that be unofficially on the Vita since this is Homebrew? Yeah, you get the idea. Now, just why is this such big news? Well, Streets of Rage Remake, for those who don't know, basically mashes up all the past Streets of Rage games into one definitive package. Now, as excited as I am for this port, which you can now download, link in the description, I will admit, and I'm not trying to be biased here, I've always been a bit more of a Final Fight guy, so if we were to get a definitive version of that, I would truly be happy. As in, I would actually crap my pants. Crap would be coming out of my butt. However, I know the Streets of Rage series has a huge following, especially now with all of the awesome remakes that we're getting, and the completely and totally awesome Streets of Rage 4. I'm not sure if something like that would ever be possible on the Vita, probably not, I'm guessing, but hey, one can dream. But while we're dreaming, we can enjoy the Streets of Rage Remake on our Vitas. Hey, this game has rage in the title. That's something Freddy can totally relate to. But certainly he can't relate to something as high caliber as this. In other words, the video's over. Yeah, I can't relate to that either. Well, everyone, I would love to know at this point, what are you excited for the most? Have you played any of these games I talked about? Were you even aware of them at this point? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, as I always do, just because I have no life. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. A huge thank you and shout out to all these wonderfully generous channel supporters who help make this content possible, including Makis Blob, Robert Johnson, B Mystery, Zacrito, Matt Fox, Frayden, Reiko Star, Neo Arashi, Joseph Razmick, Shin Snake, Milk Sama, Bushin Ryu Cat, Alan Iwazuk, Gutter Drums, Phantom XRS, BMF, Hero Acer, Adam Sondi, Claimer Malarkey, Saul Ramirez, Himdall Imbert, Kyle Brooks, VG Legends, PS Vita S, Richard Cruz, Jared Hado, JR, Erock, Kevin Enright, Joseph Chavak, Jelle, Heston Joseph, Per Sterner, Wendy K, Adam Thury, Aaron Swanson, H-Hitter, David Ray, Skulshire Tugel TCG, Rodrigo Vera, Michael O'Connor, Smug Wolf, Hector Gonzalez, Robert Sylvester, Rizal Pliskin, Kayonko, Aridri, 1488 Dental, Burzin Mystery, Juan M. Hermosillo, Azumara, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Eric DeWitt, Tasha Monty, Donut Valley, Ricardo Martinez, Mazgus, Crazy Cat, Jamie, Matt Hargett, and Dr. Super Artie. Oh, and a special thank you to Matthew Lehman for the recent PayPal donation. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much. Well, we made it, and Freddy Krueger didn't murder any of us. Or did he? Well, no, he actually didn't, but, you know, it's the month of Halloween, I gotta make it sound somewhat ambiguous.